How many times have you seen charismatic salesperson speaking fluently, dressed in suits, still not selling well? Is there something more to being a salesperson? Actually, we conducted a long-term study over 5 years involving more than 2,500 salespeople from 42 different nationalities to observe the best sales practices. We wanted to see the difference between the salespeople who make big, steady sales and those who make unstable, average sales. We found a wide range of skills and tactics those people acquire and those people don't. We narrowed down those skills into 12 main categories. The lack of these skills in most of the salespeople we studied was the real reason behind why they couldn't achieve higher sales targets constantly, even if they naturally had these skills, but they didn't know how to use them to their advantage in their job. I'm Sadawi, and here on our channel, we share the latest in business sciences and researches with over 350 intellectual patents. We hope to benefit everybody with this knowledge. If you're watching us for the first time on the channel, subscribe and hit the bell button so you don't miss our new content. May I have your attention, please? Hope you have enjoyed the game today. Skill set number 1. Imagine you're just graduated from medical school, congrats, and you got a government job only to find yourself in charge of official communication at the presidency. Your first task? To organize a conference with another country's president. But wait, you got no clue how that goes. Imagine yourself saying, "Hello, our president is available on coming Friday, so if yours is available too, let me know on WhatsApp." Come on. This situation isn't much different from being a salesperson without knowing how to make professional calls. Our R&D team made some statistics on all the salespeople we have trained before, and we found that out of every 100 salespersons we trained before, only 3 of them had a professional background in making calls, mainly because they had previously worked in telesales outsourcing, and of course, they were well trained. And the rest of the people, they just try their best with their own experience. Many salespeople don't realize why they achieve low conversion rates on the phones, simply because they lack many skills that could help them. Skill set number 2. How many times has a customer told you before, "Isn't this product is a little bit pricey?" And then you understand that the customer is telling you, "I cannot afford that," so you offer him something cheaper, but actually who's telling you, "I don't see value in this product." Another customer tell you, "I got a better price from another company." And you assume that he's looking for a better discount, but actually he's telling you, "I don't see something justify a higher prices compared to your competitors." These are only 2 objections out of 72 in dealing with salespeople. What could be a barrier between a salesperson and a customer? We discovered something called the language of objections, which customers use with salespeople, while the salespeople don't realize that. Many salespeople misunderstand this language, leading to breakdown in communication and losing the customer at the end. And again, if you're missing these skills, start learning now. Skill set number 3. In our study, salespeople ask about 30% of what they should know, with most thinking that's all they need to ask. Customer needs are multidimensional, including whether they're buying the product for themselves or for someone else, like their spouse, children, or employees. If it's for someone else, who's the decision maker? What's the factors would make them say yes to your product? What's the ideal product description that would make them decide to buy your product or not? What's their budget? Remember, the best salespeople don't just talk, they listen. They ask questions that allow the customers to express their true needs. They're Sherlock Holmes in sales, investigating until they discover the truth so they can provide the best options to the customers. If you miss these skills, start learning now. Skill set number 4. Think about when you tell your friends about a new app you tried and you really liked it. You didn't talk about the coding or the technical details. You talk about how it helped you manage your day better or find new places without hassle. This is the essence of selling benefits. And instead of focusing on specifications and technical details and all these blah blah blah, you shift the focus to how the product can improve the customer's day or solve a specific problem in their life. Remember, people are looking for solutions that personally affect them. If you showed them how your product fits into their story, everyone wins. And again, if you're missing these skills, start learning now. Skill set number 5. We found that out of every 20 salespeople, only 1 of them prepares their own presentation to use it with their clients, especially in an industry like the real estate. Most brokers use developers' presentations without any modifications. They have an overtrust in the developer's sales team, and sometimes this trust is misplaced. They should not fully depend on developers' pitch presentation. You should have your own presentation that details everything about the product and the market as well, tailored to what the client cares about. Think of it as a story. You're the director of the movie, where your product is the hero. and the client's problem is the villain. Your presentations should have a clear beginning, middle, and end. Start by setting the scenes, presenting the problem, then escalate to the climax, how the problem affects the client, and finally present the solution, which is your product. Don't forget that presentation skills include everything from how you stand, where to place your hands, to your voice tone and speaking style, all these things. Knowing when to interrupt the client and when to ask the question, whether you turn them back on them or face them. And if you miss these skills, start learning now. Skill set number 6. We found that salespeople lose on average on a monthly basis 4 out of every 5 interested clients they could have closed. Why is that? Because there's a deep-rooted belief among salespeople that closing is a form of pressure. Closing quickly doesn't mean pressuring the client until they agree. The secret is to make the decision so easy so that the client is the one asking about the next step. The client needs to realize the value of the product you're selling. Not only that, but also need to address any objections that clients might have, which we will discuss more details in another video. You need to ensure 4 things first. 1, that the customer is really interested in your product. 2nd, is the customer is comfortable in dealing with you. 3rd, that the customer is satisfied with your product. 4th, that the customer has the purchasing power to make the purchasing decision. If you got those 4 checks, then you can move to step number 5, which is not pressuring the customer to close the deal, but showing the customer the value of closing faster. That's it. If you miss these skills, start learning now. Okay, that wraps up the points we talked about today. Stay tuned for the second part. We will reveal the rest of the skills that will transform you from a good salesperson to a great one. Hit the subscribe button and the bell so you don't miss out, and let us know in the comments which skill you're more excited about. See ya.